All right, Coach Slack here. Going to do a morning walkthrough on the progress of the garden. So, as some of you may know, I was planted this right before Memorial Day, southwestern Pennsylvania, and I left for most of June. So, anyone that does gardening in Pennsylvania can understand my pain. But anyhow, I'm back now, and things are doing much better. Took a week or so of hard work, hands and knees, elbow grease. So I'd originally planted about 9 cucumbers. When I returned, I think I had 3 alive. So I put a couple butternut squash in the beginning here, hoping they do okay. And this is definitely the lowest key year I've had with cucumbers, but I've picked about a half a dozen or so far, and they're starting to gain momentum. So all's well that ends well. Getting into the dill there. It had already gone to flower by the time I got back from Florida. So, but it's kind of cool when you cut it and smell it. And I guess it's a good companion to the cucumber. So I don't know. Now the peppers is what I've been struggling with. Something got into the garden, and I've literally continuously been losing peppers. As you can see, they get eaten down constantly in here. I don't know what's in here because I do have the fence and the electric fence going, so I'm not sure exactly. So peppers are struggling. Corn's doing good. So my plan is to pull out some of these peppers that have been eaten and just extend this corn. Zucchini's doing okay. When I returned, I definitely had an aphid issue, which is quite usual for me with the zucchini in this area. But I use ladybugs. So I've done 2 rounds of ladybugs so far, and it seems like they're doing pretty well also. Some more peppers here. Again, still struggling. As you can see, these ones are completely gone, been eaten completely to the ground. Basil's doing okay. I've been having an issue with Japanese beetles, which I'm going to show you in a minute here how I handle that. I've had them at my rose garden up at the house also, the Japanese beetles. Here's some what is that, some celery, I believe. I can't even remember, but anyway, so as you can see, here's one of my tomato plants. You can see there's a Japanese beetle pair mating, and then I got these huge beetles. It's gonna be hard to, here's another one. There's probably about 25 to 30, maybe 40 Japanese beetles I'm seeing in sight here. So I'll show you in a minute how I handle those. And then here's these big things, whatever these are, right there. Maybe I'll identify those in a little bit, but those things are on all the plants too. Obviously the ladybugs aren't gonna, anything with that large with hard shells. The tomatoes, this one in the corner I've replaced 3 or 4 times, so it seems whatever's maybe eating my peppers has been getting to that one over and over. I've replaced it 3 or 4 times now. But otherwise the tomatoes, you know, when I returned from out of state towards the end of June, I couldn't even see these tomato plants. The weeds were completely enveloping them. But now they're doing much better than that. You know, I have some friends whose tomato plants are taller than me. They're not quite like that, but I'm happy, and we'll definitely get a good produce out of this. So anyway, let me go back real quick before I end this video. This is just, you know, beginning of July progress. So this next month we'll really get to see. So let me try to do this. It's gonna be tough with one hand, but kind of show you my technique here. So what I do is I get just a bucket here. As you can see, some of them are already in there. I put some dish soap in there, and it has to be in the morning, because if you do this in the afternoon, the Japanese beetles just slide away. They're kind of lethargic here in the morning. So you see these couple, and you just shake the plant, and boom, they fall in. See that? Fall right in. That way they don't release their pheromones, and you can seem to get rid of them And there they are. If you crush them, cut them, you know, put traps out, you're just going to attract more, which becomes a serious problem because they can do some serious damage. They don't seem to crush my tomato plants, but definitely the basil they've been putting a whooping on, and then the roses at my house. It's been disheartening, but I seem to got a handle on it up there. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 mornings in a row. Usually it takes me about a week of doing this technique, and then I really don't see many of them left. So bucket with dish soap in it, knock them off early in the morning while they're lethargic, not really flying around. If I come in the afternoon and approach them, they just all start flying around and buzzing around. It's nearly impossible to catch them in this manner. So that's what I'm gonna get into next, and here's the update. So maybe another few weeks I'll give you another update, let you see the produce, because no matter what the garden looks like, how fancy, how clean, how awesome, it's all about the produce, right? All right, so have a great day, everyone.